It's been an interesting year for everyone involved with Salisbury, something that no one could have ever predicted. It's been headline news for the past 9 months, but for the wrong reasons. The city hasn't changed much though. The people have been resilient and is still the beautiful market city it was before the incident. Some independent businesses though have had a difficult year.
The first part of the year for us, between January and May, was exceptional. I mean, bearing in mind we were a start-up business really the previous year, the first part of the year really got off to a great start. Our sales have gone up 30%, and that was even within a period when the Novichok first incident happened, when it was kind of targeted. But yes, we had a major change after the second attack and we got absolutely no growth at all. And in fact our sales have been down around about 40%.
For Paul's vinyl collector's shop and for most businesses across the city, it wasn't their fault that business was dropping, something that made it that bit more frustrating.
Who could have predicted this at the start of the year? When everything, Salisbury was just like it always was, the beautiful historic city that attracts people to come and see the cathedral and Stonehenge, etc., and the lovely buildings we've got in the city. And this comes totally out of the blue. And I've run a few businesses in my time, and I've never come up against something like this, totally out of the blue, that has such a devastating effect.
For a lot of independent businesses, a loss of money over 9 months can be a very big issue. That was the case for Paul as well. So much so, he had to take up his old job on top of running the shop.
For me, I had to act quickly because it was my main source of income, and it was very evident after a couple of months that I was not able to draw any income out of my shop. So fortunately for me, I opened the shop off the back of a very successful career in construction on the professional side. So I resurrected that during the last few months, and that now provides my income, and I'm just sort of keeping the shop going along, ticking over, without me having to pull any money out of it, just to keep my staff employed and to keep a resource on the streets of Salisbury that it needs, and that I shall work hard to ensure that happens.
Some businesses in the city have been helped by Wiltshire Council's disaster fund, help that Paul says he is extremely grateful for. These major incidents may have happened in Salisbury, but the shops are still open, the cathedral is still a tourist hotspot, and the people are still living their lives as normal. And Paul has a message for those who are scared to visit the city.
I mean, they should come to Salisbury because I've lived in Salisbury all my life. And I think if you let any act of terrorism get to you, then they've kind of won. And when you actually look at how many, probably millions of people have still visited this city over the last 9 months or so that it's happened, and for the very small minority, I mean, there's probably more people been run over by a bus in cities than suffered the effects of Novichok on the city. So I would say, this city's got so much to offer. We've got over 200 fantastic independent traders. And that's really what makes our city unique.
The message from both councils has been that Salisbury has always been open. You can't argue that it's been a difficult year, but the shops, their owners and the residents of the city should be proud of the way they handled the most rare of situations. Jack Deary, That's TV.